Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Lewinter, licensed acupuncturist at Metro Acupuncture in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, acupuncture partner, and mom, Dr. Andrea Lewinter. Mom, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Mark?
Doing great. Are you excited about today's topic?
I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a real dynamic conversation for us.
Excellent. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about sinusitis during pregnancy. There are many things that one might expect during a pregnancy. Might expect feeling nauseated, may expect feeling some back pain, tired, but people don't necessarily expect to experience sinusitis during pregnancy. And I have found that acupuncture can provide very quick relief for sinusitis during pregnancy. Now, it can be a uphill battle and the results may only be temporary, but they can be profound.
Mm.
I got into acupuncture because I think we both did because we want to help people. And I particularly got into acupuncture because I love giving people quick results. And they patients who are pregnant and come in for something else that maybe is more common, back pain, I might hear that they are congested, or they may mention that they're experiencing sinusitis, and I'll say, "Oh, I could also add in some points that would help your nasal passages, your breathing." And they say, "Yeah, I'd love to give it a try." And I'll put the needles in, and within a very short period of time, usually after I come back to take the needles out, they're breathing better, and they're often impressed. Wow, it was really good, and I wanted to get the word out as to the value of acupuncture for sinusitis.
Yeah, it's one of those, wow, acupuncture really works moments. Yeah, it
Exactly.
does. It does.
Just to cover a little bit of ground, there's a couple reasons why anyone could experience sinusitis, and that's because of viral infections, bacterial infections, fungal infections, allergies. Here in Atlanta, there are many people who experience allergies. A deviated nasal septum can cause nasal congestion, nasal polyps, environmental irritants, and a couple other conditions. Anyone could experience sinusitis, but the reason why pregnant women may experience sinusitis is because there is an increase in estrogen and progesterone levels, and that can cause swelling in the nasal passages. So I think that's the big thing, and then also higher blood volume can lead to nasal inflammation and sinus pressure. So those two things can really cause some havoc with feeling the congestion in the nasal passages that create sinusitis. And also, that can then lead to other things like headaches. Knowing that we're able to help people breathe better during a pregnancy is a thing that I love to be able to offer and provide for my patients.
Yeah, it's the third trimester. People are very uncomfortable because the fetus has grown and there's pressure being put very often on the back. And so that particular trimester can be a little bit difficult. And then many people, many pregnant women will experience this sinusitis in that third trimester. So, in addition to all the other things that are happening, now they can't breathe well, and that's really a very significant piece. As you were talking, Mark, many patients that we see are pregnant and they'll come in with these kinds of symptoms early on. So it's not only the third trimester, but tends to happen in that trimester as well.
Absolutely. I came to Atlanta in 2001, and I very quickly heard people share with me that they had never experienced allergies until they came to Atlanta. And
Yes.
I don't know if it's what environmental irritants there are, if it's the pollution, if it's the plants, if it's something else, But it's an interesting thing. So if someone's already susceptible to
Yes.
sinus issues, and then you have increased estrogen and progesterone, and you have increased blood volume, it can be something that's more than just like annoying or you feel a little stuffy.
Right.
It can lead to some significant discomfort.
Yeah. And again, when women are pregnant, this isn't the time that you want not to be able to breathe well.
And there are many medicines that can be helpful for this, but most of the patients that we see are not wanting to take additional medicines
Right. That's
during this time. So to be able to provide acupuncture with just 2 points, we're gonna cover those points in just a moment, just 2 points, and to be able to give, uh, relief within a few minutes is a great thing. And acupuncture is what we do, but we can also teach acupressure. So not only can one, experience the quick relief of acupuncture, they can care for themselves daily by doing some acupressure.
yes. And those points are very effective, even just using pressure rather than using penetration of a needle. So,
Absolutely. I pointed to the points already. So the first point I'm going to talk about is in this area. It's called welcome fragrance. The exact location of welcome fragrance is right here. And the explanation of where it is that it is located on the face on either side of the base of the nose at the outermost point of the nostril along the nasolabial groove. So right here, you can put some pressure, and this is where we put one of the points it's called welcome fragrance. We want to stop and smell the roses. People talk
breathe
about
into that.
people talk about wanting to enjoy their pregnancy. It's hard to enjoy your pregnancy when you're not feeling good. So this might even be a point that I could do for someone prophylactically if I am concerned that they may be getting sinusitis because I know that they've got a history of sinus. It's easier to dig the well before you're thirsty. We've mentioned this a couple times previously in other videos that we provide a preventive medicine. Welcome fragrance. And then the second point that we're going to talk about is right here. The name of this point is called Great Hole. So you just go down from the pupil straight, and you can feel that. You can feel that depression. We have Great Hole and we have Welcome Fragrance. We want to open up the hole, open up the passageway, and we want to be able to welcome fragrance. These 2 points, within a matter of minutes, can help treat sinusitis.
Very effective points.
Very effective points. I was so excited about this today. I actually intentionally wore the bow tie because as a little reminder, because I think if you think about bow tie, you put the bow tie here, you have right there, and then right there. Of course, it's called Welcome Fragrance and Great Hole, but we could also call it the bow tie treatment.
The bow tie treatment.
I've also called it cat whiskers. You can think about these
Mhm.
little whiskers. If you are pregnant and you're experiencing sinusitis, or you're just experiencing sinusitis in general, definitely give acupuncture a try. Of course, we're here in Atlanta. Anything else that might be good to say about this and how we can spread the word and how it can be helpful?
Yeah, I too have found those points very helpful in addition to a couple other points, but those are my go-to points for anyone that has congestion. It doesn't have to have gone into an infection or doesn't have to be an allergy. I too have heard people say I never had allergies until I moved to Georgia. And I think it's an environmental thing, different foliage that's in the area that people aren't used to. They grew up in a different part of the world where there was a different environmental pollination. You didn't mention this, but a lot of people find it very helpful to do like a neti pot or a saline spray in between to help. They can do very definitely do those pressure points and stimulate them, but a nice saline spray, and you can get it over the counter and just a couple sprays and helps continue to wet the sensitive mucous membranes.
Yes, definitely doing a saline spray, a saline wash. If
Yeah.
you purchase the saline spray, there should be no concern about any contaminants. If you are making your own solution, a distilled water, buying distilled water is best, or at least a boiled water. With the salt, I like to suggest a non-iodized salt if one can get it. There's even pharmaceutical grade salt where it's just sodium chloride, but that is another thing, and prevention really is going to be the key here,
Mhm.
to stay on top of it. And pregnancy is a wonderful time. It's a challenging time, and if there's something that one can do that is safe and effective and helps them feel better, it's good to do it.
That's the thing to do.
It's a thing to do. This wraps up today. And once again, Dr. Mark Lewinter at Metro Acupuncture with my mom, Dr. Angela Lewinter. We are in Sandy Springs. We practice in the Atlanta area. And if you would like to make an appointment with us, you can do that at metroacupuncture.com. Thanks for watching.
And thanks for your listening.